The British took what would become the biggest prize of the Opium War, Hong Kong. But at the time, one British diplomat was furiously disappointed, calling it a barren rock with hardly a house upon it. Hong Kong has become a magnet for coastal Chinese who have turned this tiny island into a key hub in the world economy. Today, Hong Kong residents enjoy a per capita income that may soon exceed that of the English. Even after the Opium War, the rulers in Peking imagined the threat from the seacoast could be contained in port cities. Some court advisors wanted to open up to new ideas coming in from the coast, but they were overruled by mandarins who still saw Peking as the center of the world and China as self-sufficient. They found it difficult to even conceive of reform. How do you reform perfection? In the 20th century, a communist revolution brought a new ruler to the Forbidden City, Mao Zedong. Today, Mao's portrait hangs directly over the gate of Tiananmen, a route to the throne room once traveled only by the emperor. Though Mao destroyed feudalism, his new regime shared with the Ming and the Manchus a vision of Peking as the center of an earthbound military empire. But today, military challenges have turned into economic ones. Commerce is now the key to wealth and power. Three miles from Tiananmen Square lie the ruins of the old summer palace, which the British burned to the ground in 1860. By intention, the communists have not rebuilt this place, for it serves as an enduring symbol of Western imperialism.
The pride in one's civilization is a timeless thing. And there's great pride in Chinese civilization and a remembrance of great civilization being brought to its knees and virtually destroyed by strong military power. These resentments against being pushed around, or the fear of being pushed around once again, remains pretty strong.
Yet, China cannot afford to shut itself off. This is North China, the heartland of Mao's revolution. It was a revolution of the land, mounted by peasants from the north against the cities of the South Sea coast. In the 50s, Mao tried to make China self-sufficient by forcing everyone back to the land. The result was a famine in which 10 million people died. Today, the people here look with hunger at the growing prosperity on China's south coast.
Give 起，快写到吧，800本究竟是什么样？那1997快写到吧，我就可以去航港。1997快写到吧，让我站在红磡体育馆。1997快写到吧。
Today, coastal Chinese from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the Canton region are taking control of the economic destiny of South China.
So here we enter the Pacific century. It is a century of initiatives from the Pacific, rather than a continental century, if you like. The 18th century may be a continental century, with the splendor of culture defined essentially in continental terms. China as a great kingdom, the land of culture and wealth. Whereas now, what is China? See, China, if you include the new China in the Pacific map, of course, China becomes a split personality, perhaps forever.
From the Mongols to the British, outsiders have brought both bloodshed and prosperity to China. In the coming Pacific century, dominated by the chaos and bounty of overseas trade, China's history is a parable for the region. How to manage the peril and the promise of the coast.
Major funding for this program was provided by the Annenberg CPB Project and the Ford Foundation.